Hello and welcome to Giants Tarot with me, Elizabeth, your presenter. We're just going to look at some readings concerning these various cards and emblems that are attached to this day, which is the 9th of November. The Sun remains in Scorpio until the 22nd of November, and the appropriate or the associated major tarot card for Scorpio is Death. One of the emblems for death is the eagle, and I have here a bit of a reading. Looks American Indian to me. Eagle, fly high, touch great spirit, share your medicine, touch me, honor me, so that I may know you too. I have a reading for a Scorpio 9th division, it being the 9th of November. The best way to describe the personality of a Scorpio 9 is to say that you would make a great cheerleader. You are aggressive in a positive way, good-humoured, an organiser, well-intentioned, inspiring to others. You may have many of the best characteristics of Scorpio: executive ability, gregariousness and imagination. Warm and vital, unswerving in your duty, you should set your sights high, both in your career and in your personal relationships. As long as you take nothing for granted, as long as you keep your eye on your noblest goals, you can expect a stellar life filled with accomplishments and spiritual satisfaction. And a bit of a throwaway remark, if this is in fact what they do, you are the cheerleaders of the world, the cheerleaders. Next we have some cartomancy. The birth emblem for the 9th of November is the Jack of Clubs. In cartomancy, the cards journey from the ace through to the 10 in each of the suits. Then, having assimilated knowledge through ascending numerology and the specific placements of cards in both the heavenly and the earthly spreads, the 10 of each suit steps into the court of that suit. The Jack of Clubs is no exception. This card still has a number, it's number 11. All the Jacks are number 11. The Queens are 12 and the Kings are 13. The number 11 is an inspirational prime and master number. The Jack of Clubs lands in a good place when it reaches the court, and when it looks up to heaven for guidance and understanding, the Jack of Diamonds salutes from above. 2 Jacks, my word. Remember at this moment that in cartomancy, masculine and feminine energies are not biological. They are active and passive energies. A woman can be a Jack and a man can be a Queen. Boom, boom. The Jack of Clubs, the new boy in the court of clubs, fresh from the ace to 10 Clubs University, decked out in a lovely new uniform, is brimming with smarts and well aware of his mission to bring new ideas into the halls of rulership. Early in life he begins to understand that the best way to master this assignment is to dive straight into knowledge, research and learning. Clubs is the suit of mental pursuits. If success comes from mental pursuits, then pursue the mental stuff. The Jack of Clubs assimilates new ideas quickly. He can broadcast them so swiftly that at times his ideas seem trivial. But don't worry, he's familiar with the walk and the talk. He can polish up, and when he does, he steps into his power. He understands the full value of education and intelligence. He can crystallize the old and explode the new. Concepts flow through him and gush forth, enriching the world with their energy. The Jack of Clubs is a visionary, an experimenter, inexperienced perhaps, but they can illustrate, promote and sell. These people are spin doctors of tomorrow, and if you don't see it their way, it's because your mind is trapped in yesterday. The Jack of Clubs has seen all your yesterdays. He's where he is now because he damn well got out of there. He doesn't really want to be a revolutionary. As a court card, he has concern for successful coordination of events. The Jack of Diamonds is explorative and business-minded. This type of duality is more in harmony with the Jack of Clubs. Don't think he doesn't have fear. He does. But forging a new path ahead is important, and doing so with the psychological finesse of spirituality is surely the way to bring lasting success. He is inspired by commitment, and he wants it. So the Jack of Clubs girds and arms himself with words. His eyes glint as he detonates his blockbuster missiles onto and into existing rules, structures and assemblies. The pen is mightier than the sword. We'll wait till he turns all his downloads into letters. His sincerity is show-stopping. He just can't help it. His audience may be left stunned and gobsmacked. He is talented, analytical, intellectual and dynamic. If he will accept responsibility for the manifestation of his ideas, he can achieve glory. He understands the energies of both defense and attack. He is ready to listen and communicate in the middle of action. He is conscientious. He is on the job. He wants to win. He wants you to win. He is sharing with you a magic flying carpet. Take wing to your victory. This is what you have wanted. On this very day, with the urging of the Jack of Clubs, victory can be yours. So numerology. No. Yes, no. We're going to look at the Lenormand card, which also has the Jack of Clubs on it. It's number 10, and it's the Scythe. Sudden and quick decisions, swift and irrevocable. The Scythe often points to a clean break or a sharp ending, cutting away something troublesome to end a relationship. The cut will be fast, and it will be based on logic. Emotions will not factor into it. When a decision is made under the influence of the Lenormand Scythe card, the decision is almost always permanent. Remember that even though the Scythe warns that something is about to happen, it doesn't necessarily mean danger will occur. Not all cuts are bad. For instance, the querent may be removing something from his or her life that is no longer useful. By itself, the Scythe does not indicate physical death. No individual Lenormand card means an actual physical death will occur. In terms of career, the Scythe can represent a surgeon or dentist. Meaning in health, it may also represent problems with the teeth or the mouth. Some numerology. Number 9. Learn to be humanitarian and love mankind, aiming at all times to help others. Essentially a philanthropist and humanitarian. You appeal to the many rather than the few, expecting nothing in return for one's efforts. You are artistic and intellectual. Greatest rewards come from serving rather than a personal selfish life. This is the number of the accomplishment of your soul's deeper purpose. It is a sign from Source that it is time to start your real work. 9 is governed by the symbol of Jove, representing the highest spiritual love and also that of one's neighbour. If emotions are aroused, the motto is do unto others. Okay. Can easily sense the difficulties and needs of others to such an extent that 9 can suffer greatly if another is mistreated or in want. Grenville Kleiser says of the November 9, aspire to the highest things. Take your rightful place in the world. Think highly of yourself as having unlimited powers and possibilities. Make yourself worthy of great and honourable success by right thinking, holy aspiration, and energetic action. Realise the tremendous unused resources at your ready command, and make every day contribute in a definite and substantial way to your personal progress. Take courage and inspiration from example of those successful men who first had to solve difficult problems and surmount obstacles such as sometimes confront you. And always keep this clearly in mind. Today is the day to claim your birthright, to do your best work, to achieve all of which you are now capable, and to aspire to higher things. The Theosophical Society says of the 9th of November, he must not even desire too earnestly or too passionately the object he would reach, else the very wish will prevent the fulfilment at best and retard and throw it back. The birthday book says, those born on on this birthday are the good mixers, fond of society and at their best with all sorts of little-known acquaintance. They do well in the position of professional host, for example, hotel manager, club secretary, ship and airplane steward. In big business they are all but irresistibly persuasive. The partner should possess similar social qualities. And from 365 Things to Know, what is an element for the 9th of November? When you think of all the many different things in the world, mountains, rivers, animals, plants, rocks, metals, solids, liquids, gases, it would appear that to make all these things, nature must be using an untold number of different materials. In fact, all of these things, including you yourself, are made up of one or more elements, of which there are only 103 different kinds. An element, then, is the basic building material of our world. It cannot be changed into anything else. All its atoms are of one type and cannot be turned into anything else by chemical means. The reason there are so many apparently different materials in the world is that elements can join together to make other substances. Water, for instance, is made up of the elements of oxygen and hydrogen. Sulfuric acid is made up of oxygen, sulfur, and hydrogen. Some elements with which you will be familiar are aluminium, copper, gold, iodine, iron, lead, mercury, silver, tin, and zinc. Among the gaseous elements are hydrogen, helium, nitrogen, and oxygen. And the colours for today are all shades of red to be embellished with a bit of sapphire blue. Cheerleader colours. I hope there's something in there to give you some good ideas about today. Have a great time. See you tomorrow.